Let's jump into the InfluxDB directly. After logging in, you'll see this page. So in general, it's nothing but your database, but if you want to learn more about the stuff, you have this panel on the left. The first one is the sources. So on the sources, you'll see what the sources are. For example, we are working on Python. If you choose Python, it has a cool like tutorial for you how you can install it, uh, how you can do the rest of the things, and I mean it's really helpful. Or if you're gonna use, for example, Telegraph or like the Cisco stuff, plugins, everything is here, and you can just by clicking on them you're gonna learn. So the good thing is that you have your kind of tutorial or tutor or university in InfluxDB. And you have buckets. So this is the bucket that we created monitoring during our Python file, and rest of them we're not going to use them actually. For this one we have our token. Then after that it comes to the data explorer, but I'm not going to use this actually. What I'm going to do, I'm going to come here to the dashboard. Oh, this one, sorry, to the dashboard, and create my own dashboard. So why do we have a dashboard on InfluxDB? So there are two reasons based on my opinion. First of all, it's the database, and you would like to see the data on the database like in the admin level. You're not gonna give access to the dashboard of the database to the user or to the operator. Operator, they should have their own dashboard, which will be the Grafana. First reason is that you can see the data, what you are getting, like a raw data, before going for monitoring. The other thing is that you need to know if you are receiving something. So the information which are coming from Mr. AP or Miss AI should be seen here. Then you are sure, okay, I'm getting the data. So from database, I'm gonna send them to the Grafana. So two reasons are for that. Okay, let's go on. What we're gonna do, create a dashboard, a new dashboard. You can name it whatever you want. Let's say my dashboard, whatever. That's enough. We're gonna add a cell. This is the list of the things that we are getting. I'm gonna choose monitoring, and these are the information that I'm getting. So what I want to do, I'm not gonna make it very like crowded. Just let's get the number of the clients. I'm gonna create 3 different types of dashboards. So number of the clients, and then you choose them like this, and then you click on submit. So you get something like that, and you accept it. You can name it like this here. You're gonna call it number of the client. You can change the style of that in different shapes, but we just, as I said, would like to have the raw data and to check if we are getting data. So to the other one, so this one monitoring, so number of the data. And what else do we have here? Like RX and the TX, maybe we can get one of them or two of them. Then channel utilization. We can have them separately for 5 gigahertz and 2.4 gigahertz, but we're gonna just get the 5 gigahertz here in this case, and then submit. And there is something here, click on the add. Let's put it here. And as you can see, I forgot to name it. How I can just do something like edit. I'm gonna click on here again, click on the configure, and 5GHZ channel util. Let's name it. Sorry, I was looking at the keyboard. So yeah, cool. We have it here. What else we can add? Just come here, add a cell, and do the monitoring. And and this one, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna choose two things. So Rx and Tx, I'm gonna choose both of them on all users. So what I'm gonna have like 6 different lines. Let's call it Rx, Tx, and that's enough for this tutorial. These 3 are enough for me. These 3 things are enough for us right now. Uh, I'm sure you're gonna figure it out for the rest of them. But if I want to add everything, the video will be longer and longer without any specific reason. So what we're gonna do here, we're gonna have like different types. I'm gonna show you how you can change them. We can have the stats, we can have gauge, like we can have pie chart, bar chart, uh, everything is doable. Just 3 are enough for us. Let's continue to the next phase, which we're gonna send them to the dashboard, to the graph. This is the welcome page of Grafana, as you can see. The first step is to connect them to each other. How we're gonna do that? Like easily. We just come here. As you can see, the structure is the same. You have everything in the middle, like the information about that. And here, like the left-hand side features, the icons, there are shortcuts. But for us, what is important, we're gonna click here and choose the data sources. So there is nothing specifically here. Just add a data source and choose InfluxDB. Wait for the response. So it's a data source added, and by clicking on this one, so we're gonna make it our default. Name is InfluxDB, which is okay. For this one, it should be on Flux. So why? Because we're gonna do InfluxDB. The version of InfluxDB is 2.5 that we installed, and it's for the 2.x. They're compatible with each other. Then, so this one can be just simply HTTP and InfluxDB. What is the port? 8086. That's it, nothing more. And we do not need basic authentication. We're not gonna deal with username and password. Why? Because we added these things to our Docker Compose file. So the organization is Semfire network. This is what I added. The bucket is the Mist wireless. Let me check. Yes. So Mist wireless. And the token is what I added. So let me just, hopefully I added correctly. If there is a mistake, it tells me. So we're gonna click on save and it's set unauthorized. So we should check what the problem is. Yeah, probably this one is a problem. Yes, the token was wrong. Sorry, it was my bad. You see this thing here and it said it is working and 3 buckets, fine. Okay, cool. First step, we come here to the dashboard and we create our own dashboard. We can create it under the general folder. So we're gonna click on that in the new, and then we start add a panel. So we're gonna add a panel. Here we do have nothing right now. We should come here. We have this one here. Let's start with this one. So number of the clients. For each one, we're gonna do what? We're gonna click here and do the configure. Then come here. We have on the script editor, we have the query. So the query for each database is different. We're gonna copy that. And don't forget something. In some of them, by default, it's you can put it on the last. For example, number of the users which are connected to our access point. Come back here, paste, and just hit on the tab and you'll see the data is revealed. How we're gonna show it, it is the number of users which are connected at the time. In my point of view, it is better to be, I guess, gauge. So I'm gonna choose it as a gauge, and then let's call it Let's do them one by one. The panel title, so I'm gonna call it number of the client. Okay, cool. Transparent background. If you make it transparent, then these things will be disappear. So nothing here. It depends. Actually, I would like to have border. These two things are not for us. Show all values calculated. So the calculated, not all values. If you change it, it will be like that. I mean, all of the values that is they are getting it. No. Calculation last is correct. Field, it's a number. We're not going to change this one. You can make it like horizontal, vertical, but in the auto, it chooses the best automatically. Show threshold label, no, because we don't have any threshold. It's the number of clients which are connected. Show threshold markers, I would say no, it is better to be like that. But as you see for 4, it doesn't show any. So what the problem? I'm going to show it to you. Here it is like that. We go a little down. So the text size, you can change the size of the text. And here I recommend it to put it on auto. You can make it like, let's make it 50. You see, it changes. But there is no control 0 undo if you do something wrong. And if you want to make it auto, just remove it and leave it as it is. It comes back. So unit, it's a number. And it is okay. We're not gonna change any unit here because it's just a number. Display name. If you change the display name to something, it changes all of them, or the change will apply to all of them. But we have 3 different things, so we're gonna change each one like one by one. And threshold color, we can make it like this. So in this way, each one has a different color. No value. And here, look, it says we have a minimum threshold. If we make it or delete it, actually, it is better because we don't have any threshold for that. And also for this one, this minimum should be on 0. If you make the minimum 0 and the maximum in auto, it will be better because we don't have any minimum actually. And I guess so far everything is cool. One thing that we want to change here, you can add it here like here, or come here and add override. So what is the override? Look, this table is showing name of the APs based on their MAC address. I don't like it. So what I do, I need a field with name. So what I'm gonna show you, what I'm gonna change, this one, I'm gonna change this one, and so like unit, decimal, whatever you want to change. I want to change the name, so I'm just searching name, display name, and let's call it AP, for example, 01, like that. And then it overrides. Then we do the same. So add another override. For this one, and the property is the name. So I'm gonna call this one AP02. Then add another override. So the same and the same, and add a property. So the name, and it will be AP03. Okay, cool. The first one, and click on the apply. So we have it here, like cool. How we can add the rest of them, like the next one. And the next one, we're gonna come here. So to the dashboard. First, let's save it. New dashboard. Let's call it my monitoring dashboard. And then let's continue. So click here, add a panel. We add a panel. Let's come here. Okay, we're okay with you. For this one is channel utilization. We can get the channel utilization. And this is RX and TX. So channel utilization graph would be okay. I'm gonna come here, go to the configure, go to the script editor, Ctrl A, Ctrl C, then come here and print it out. like this, which is cool. Let's do the thing here. So for the channel utilization, what do we have? What should we do? Let's come down. Let's call it 5GHZ. Yeah, channel util. Nice. No description, transparent background. No, I mean it's my opinion. So not a table. Legends are okay. We're not gonna play with them. Can make it like this, but no. Mostly default is like the good option. So the value is on the last, and also it's okay. The axis, placement, label. If you come up with something like that, it will be here. And we're gonna call it percentage or something like that. Okay. It makes more sense. Again, the rest of them are okay. Sensorizer, no. Here we can, I guess it's better to be a smooth like this, not too sharp. You can decrease, like play with the line width. Then for this idea, all are okay. Okay, no minimum, no maximum. Color is already adjusted. Everything is good. We have no threshold for it actually. Just we should do what? We should come here and add the overrides. So overrides are here, ready, apply. We have this one. Let's add another one for the last one. Come back here and do a back. And for this one, I would rather to have something like a stats. So configure, script editor, Control A, Control C, and let's come here, paste. So I would like to, let's call it TXRX. So TXRX is good. Transparent background, no. Single visibility, oh, we're gonna change it to stats. Stats, if I can, yes, let's have it like this. So it should be like adjusted. Some modifications are required here. What are the modifications? Let's do them one by one. Again, no transparent background, show, that's okay. Calculation, okay. Fill is numeric, text mode. So for this one, no, nothing to change here, nothing to change here. So for the unit, actually it is showing some sort of numbers that I don't have any idea about them. What are the numbers? What should we do? We can come here and change it to different sort of numbers like acceleration. So we have different units, gradient, radian, like for degree, for angle, but these are like bytes. Even we can search. So we have bytes and yeah, cool. It will be change, no minimum, no maximum. Display name, it should be the same. And for the scheme color, so for the scheme color, I want to do something else. Look, if I do something like that, it changes based on the number. And it's not what I want. What I do want, I mean, it will be colorful like this, but what I do want, I want to separate them as TX and RX, like different colors. So I'm gonna make it like the default single color, or like this. Then I add overrides to them. How? Let's do for one of them, then like the previous one. I'm gonna put it in the fast forward. So we have 6 different things. For the first one, I'm gonna add the override. First of all, for the name, what I'm gonna call it, it is AP so 01, and it is RX, like that. Then add another override with the name, and here, and add the name, so it is AP01. tx. So just for these two, I changed, but we can add another override, and just by searching the color, I can choose a specific color. Look, so I'm gonna do the single color and click on here. I will change it to yellow, and for EX, again the same. So color by value, no, make it a single color and click on that, and let's make it yellow. So I'm gonna do the same for the rest of them. Okay, so now we have these things here. And so far we have the data that we would like to have. What else we can do to make the panel a little like fancier? First, save it. Two things. We can have a picture, like we can have a logo or something here. And also what else we can have here? Like a date and time. How we can add them? Upload a picture on Grafana dashboard. There is no plugin right now. So you can do many things. You can even have like the map of the world. But for a picture right now, there is no solution. So two possible actually choices for you. First of all, if you would like to have a logo of your company, like the thing that I did, I added the logo of the company. Just scroll or go to the website of your company and copy the link of the logo of the picture. So the picture is uploaded somewhere, or if there is something in general, so you can find the website and just use the link and make it like an HTML text in Grafana. The other way, which is a little, I guess, juicy, if you want to do that, install Nginx or Apache Web Server. I mean, as long as you have a public IP address, it is really easy. Just, I mean, but in YouTube you can find a lot of ways to do that. But on Nginx, you just need to create one HTML file, and the same, it is just one line. Just the line, you add a picture and the line and upload the line on Nginx, and Nginx will upload it on the net. And then we're going to use the link to put in Grafana. Okay, for the first step, what I'm going to do, I'm gonna add a picture. So I will come here. I mean, in the meanwhile, I added a panel to make it a little fancier. So add a panel, come here, and what do we need? Here we need a text. If you choose a text and put it in the transparent mode, it is better. No title for your text because you're gonna show a picture. And then come down and choose HTML. So what is this HTML? Actually, in fact, as I said, what do you need here? You just need to go and find the website of the thing that the picture that you want. Come here, remove everything and paste, like based on the HTML format. Just do a center. You would like to have your picture in the center. Center image source, it is the website. And if you want to play with the size of that, with these two commands, you're gonna have it. And yeah, it brings it up for you. Or also, as I said, you can install Nginx and have your own HTML file. But anyway, by clicking on that, so the Semfire Networks company logo, it pops up. After that, what do we need? We need the clock. So we need a date and time. The second thing actually that I want to show and we would like to do is have a date and time plugin. So by default, you cannot find it here. How you can do it? You can come here, go to your instance, and then just by do Docker, if you can remember from the previous videos. I mean, if you're following along, you know, there on one of the videos I explained how you can go to the shell of your Docker container, docker exec-it, and then you're gonna do what? You're gonna come up with the name Grafana and bean and bash. So we are inside the bash, and by just this simple command, Grafana CLI plugin installed, you can install the clock and it installs easily. Based on the recommendation of Grafana, you're gonna restart your Docker container. How you're gonna do that? You're gonna come up with Docker restart and then Grafana, the Docker container name, and hit on the enter. So it started. If I do Docker es, I'll see, yeah, just 3 seconds ago. So we're good. I'm gonna come here, add a panel. Let's put it here like this to have all of them in one page. And if I come here in the suggestions, when you install something new, it comes here. So I have the clock and it is just too damn small. So I'm gonna remove this one, choose a transparent background, then come down. It's good. It is showing time. The size could be maybe 50, like a little bigger. Time format would be like that, and yeah, it's weird. I'm awake at this time, but yeah, it is the way that I'm working. So you can even set it to show the time zone like that, and in the normal way. Let me make this one bigger, and even you can bold each one. And finally, for the date, look, it gives you the format, and also this one can be 40. So all good. I guess we're all good. Just hit on the apply. It is the dashboard that I wanted to create, and you can see you have 3 different types of like visualization and illustration, and you have your company logo, and at this time you can have your time zone. There are more things. For example, if you come here and edit on the transform, so you can play with these, like you can add calculation, you can do what, you can reduce row, you can get the total number, you can do many different things here. You can do the conversion, you can convert if there is something specific that you would like to do, but these are out of the scope. Oops, I shouldn't have done that. I kind of played with this one, but it shows you like the total of the based on what it is counting. Actually, we should change something on that, but anyway, it is what I wanted to tell you about how you can set up the dashboard. What if I remove this one? It comes back to the previous shape. So we're gonna save it. What is more? So there are still 2 more things which are valuable to be mentioned here. First thing is that if we bring the cursor here, like hover over this sign, we'll see we are in the admin level. So this is the admin level. But if we are going to give this service to a user, we can create different scenarios or different like level of access, I would say, by just clicking on this item here, and then come here and type user, and then in email you can mention user at user and everything. I mean, just and user in capital letter, just creating a sample. So create, and then I would say it says the password is data breach and whatever, never. So we have our user. You can see it's not the admin. No, you can change it. And also the level of access or change the role. You can make it like viewer, admin, editor. So we're going to put it on the viewer to see the difference. This is the admin access. And so far everything is good. If I come here and do the sign out, so we are inside. Let's see the dashboard. This is my dashboard, but as you can see, I can just view. There is no option to edit. So I cannot edit anything, or if I come to here, I cannot create a new dashboard. Nothing. Just I can change this one. Okay, this is the first thing. And the second thing is that the thing that I just changed. Sometimes what do we need? We do need to get like the real data. And we do not want to come here and just keep on refreshing this page via this one, Control R, or this one. We do not want that. Here we can put it like on 1 day, 1 hour, 5 minutes, 10 seconds, and every 10 seconds, this page will be refreshed like automatically by the Grafana. So the last two things that I wanted to say. Yes, all good. All good. We did whatever we wanted to do. And I hope you enjoyed. I mean, if you start from the first video, then you're gonna end up with a cool dashboard like that.